that we don't know what show it is, by the way.
Like show, like you mean number, or like what the actual show is?
Number.
What show is it? He's like, fuck.
822.
It's show number like 865.
We do it?
Fucking blue show.
What?
Are we live?
We have been for a while.
Oh, really? Oh, hi, everybody. We're laughing because we don't know what show it
Let me
is.
introduce you to tonight's people here tonight. Mr. Terry Campion here, owner of the boardroom. We have Mr. John Feltz, who is the CEO of Cruz, and we have the bottle of Goldschlager.
The co-star.
Yeah, the co-star.
For those of you who don't know, Goldschlager
has gold in it.
Yeah, it does have a little gold in it. We stir it up.
We're keeping up. We're keeping up with the what we do with Cruz Phone when they come on the show. Toby Corey was here.
Yes.
Bottle of schnapps. Okay.
We had to up-level it.
John Phelps goes to the liquor store. And he upscales Toby. Upscales Toby by Goldschlager. Because the cheap shit that fucking Toby bought.
Yeah, I don't know.
Right?
We've stepped it up. Well, you know when...
It's got gold in it, let's be honest.
It's got gold in it.
Are you a CEO?
Yeah, I think it might be.
When you went to the liquor store...
CEO's by Goldschlager, right?
When you went to the liquor store...
Kidding me.
It
literally had dust on it.
Yeah, when you went to the liquor store, it had dust on it. How far did the guy have to go in the back to get that shit?
I lost. He disappeared.
He disappeared?
Yeah, no, he didn't even know if
he
had
one
it.
bottle.
No, he thought he just had like single shots, and then he came out of the fucking woodwork with this, and I was blown away. I mean, like, it's exactly what you think. Oh my god!
You know, it smells.
And the label itself is so perfect.
Timeless. It is timeless, and it reminds me of timeless. Timeless. It is timeless. Reminds me of snowboarding. It really does. I'm in a parking lot at Alpine Meadow.
Cooking bacon.
Cooking bacon, yeah.
Some bacon with some Goldschlager.
You smell this? It's just nippy.
It's going.
It's
nippy,
going. You know, like cold.
Yeah.
John's
turn. Your turn, John.
You ready to hit the slopes?
Suddenly the sun comes out right there.
It's the red line.
What's the red line mean?
Is it okay to drink gold?
Well, it's real gold.
It's real gold.
It says it, so it must be.
I think.
Yeah.
You
coming back?
Comment below if there's a problem with drinking gold.
Oh my goodness. Well, this is what I brought it in.
Yeah.
It wasn't exactly Verb coffee. It's close. It's close. Here we go.
Okay.
Have a sip and we're going to talk about Cruz Phone.
Okay.
Oh, let's do it.
Can I have a little sip myself?
Toby told us, Neil. He said.
Well, the one thing we remember him saying was
he thought Cruz Phone will be the largest company to ever exist in Santa Cruz.
Yeah, but beyond that, he said.
And
he said we're going to change the world.
Well, and I just want to for you watching, we're going to find out why the future of Santa Cruz will look back and say how important your business is.
That's quite.
As they mitigate right now with the you mitigate with everybody in town because for a new location for this amazing business out of this amazing town. But oh no, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do this, do that, and do that.
Hey Neil, can we start at the beginning?
Sure.
Let's start at the beginning.
All right.
Why are we here, and where did you come from?
Where did I? Oh, that's a great question. Well, Goldschlager prohibiting.
The pizza delivery guy.
Oh my God! Don't start there. I think what's interesting is Toby is a visionary. Toby's amazing, and I think when he looks at what we're building, having his buy-in and view at that point. Let's put the peppermint schnapps aside. I think it's a real testament given what he's done, and I think what we're seeing here, Santa Cruz couldn't be a better fucking platform for what we're trying to do. And it's one of the main reasons we came here to build this company. You know, my background's in engineering and all this fun stuff. But when I look at really what we're trying to set up here, we moved here and we started this company with a vision around really transforming what is originally surfboards, I would say, but quickly became something so much greater. And for us...
Can I stop you right there?
Yes.
And I just mean... we're talking about foam.
We are talking about foam, but we're talking about foam and how it becomes something so much bigger than foam. And I think that's what's really fucking crazy about it, because you see it and you understand that something like surfboards, it can impact that. It can impact packaging, it can impact automotive, it can impact construction. It can impact the seats that you sit in.
You cannot name the number. You cannot name the number of stuff. It will affect.
And it's so weird because I started this company thinking, oh, we're going to make surfboards. This will be super fun. And then we realized, oh my good Lord, foam is used in so many things.
When was that? When you went like from
moment?
surfboard dude, pizza delivery surfboard dude? To like, holy shit. When was that?
I think that it's interesting because me and my co-founder, we came down to Santa Cruz. He went to Stanford. I grew up in the East Bay. And we had this really interesting moment when we'd surf all the time. We'd go out to Swift Street. I'd also say John Street, which is strange to say because it's just ironic. But we go.
By the way,
Fair enough. They're over there on the west side. Don't worry about over there. But over there.
Indicator was on fire that day.
Yeah, it's all good. But the point is like when I look at that and I look at like what was in front of us, it was super unique. And what was exciting is it was a really hard thing to dive into, but when we moved here to Santa Cruz, it was just fucking such a perfect fit for what we were trying to do. And it was more about like the counterculture. It's like understanding how to like challenge things that are so incumbently existing. And you look at packaging, you look at materials, it's such a behemoth. But you look at areas like Santa Cruz, it's so exciting to be here and to be building this.
Is it big enough? Can it hold you? Is it big enough? Or you guys go, it's not big enough. Are we going to move?
We're going to have to grow only in the fact that what we're trying to do, I think, is so significant. Santa Cruz is the seed, but it's really understanding how this becomes an international platform. And that's where, Toby's vision and what he's saying, and he's not wrong, but that's really where this becomes something much bigger than.
Can I say one thing? Are you afraid? Are you afraid of getting so big that you have to leave Santa Cruz?
No. You know what's interesting about that is we've actually talked about a bunch of this internally, and there's this ethos, there's this brand, there's this certain energy that's been built around Cruz foam in general, and it would have never been possible had we not started here. And losing that would be absolutely detrimental. There's no question.
Okay. Sorry,
because Arkansas foam doesn't sound that good. It doesn't.
It's only funny you say that because like we go to people and they're like, "What was your name?" We're like Cruz foam. They're like, "Okay, where are you from?" Santa Cruz. They're like, "Oh, so that's where Cruz foam came from." We're like,
"Yeah." Lake of the Ozarks foam, not as much fun.
Doesn't quite have that ring. New York foam, no. I mean, what are you talking about here?
But we talked about earlier because let's jump into it. I mean, we have
amazing.
A pack.
Pull it out.
This
Verve, baby, Verve.
Verve Coffee.
We love you, Verve.
Right across the street, their first spot. I mean, Ryan rolled into town. This is your deal. This is what you guys make, right?
This is a Time magazine.
Hang on, TC. We have
what is that? We're not packaging socks, but
socks there.
The Goldschlager actually arrived in this packaging.
Thank you, Merge Socks, for sponsoring our show.
Dude, I love these socks, by the way.
And you got a pair. Those are beautiful.
I got a multiple pair. I'm growing it. But honestly, this is where it's at. I mean, we got amazing technology. We got amazing first customers in Verve. And it's just, the industry hasn't seen stuff like this before. You feel like you want to just like, I hate to say, you just want to go to bed. You just want to like, you want to just hold it.
I said earlier, this is amazing.
But this is not what Toby came with.
We have a whole different range.
Durometers.
Yes.
You can get different.
We can tune this.
This is Verve's custom foam.
Yes.
And this is what they ship. What comes in this box?
The Nitro Brew. The top. Oh my God, it's so amazing.
So when you order Verve's best,
the Nitro Flash Brew, I think it's on here, right? Flash Brew, right there, Flash Brew.
It comes in this.
My fridge. I mean, it's Cruz foam. There's the only reason we keep people running at Cruz foam, and it's honestly with Verve.
Okay, so let's back up a little bit real quick. This is 100% recyclable.
Yes.
100%.
We throw this whole thing in the recycling bin.
The whole thing, not just part of it. The whole.
Just grab this thing after you got your package. You're done. It's in the recycling bin. You're good to go.
So this is foam.
Yeah.
And when you put this in dirt, it dissolves.
It dissolves.
The foam that currently ships to everybody that buys a TV or an appliance.
That's scary.
What happens to that foam?
Well, it used to get shipped to China, and they used to have to deal with it.
And they pushed it off the side of a boat.
And then guess what happens now? They burn it.
They burn it.
Most of it gets burned.
So that's not good for climate change
No.
and for our massive storms and droughts at all, right?
It's and the worst part is
not
it's
good
weird
for
to
you.
say this. Burning's the best avenue because the other part is if they
bury it.
don't get rid of it, they bury it. It turns into microplastics.
Water,
That's why it's in your blood.
for sure.
It's in yours. It's in mine. We all have microplastics in us at this point.
Yeah.
And that's
We're sucking down gold right now with a goat slaughter.
well. Okay. Well, let's move this out of the conversation. The gold slaughter gets a pass for right now.
By the way,
But-
I do need a sip. So
We'll give the gold a pass.
yeah, does this help? So just so real quick, if you plan this and you're like at the end of it, you're like, I'm gonna recycle this myself. You could put this in the garden.
You could. One of the ways that we've actually seen this be really beneficial is if you take this and you
Cheers.
dissolve it in water, you can actually use it as a fertilizer. And it helps germinate early growth in plants. So we want to see this be something that can be adaptable, be earth digestible, be something that we understand. It needs to fit in so many global platforms that are beyond.
TC,
where we are.
can I say one thing?
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Please have a sip, but very important right here, TC. This could be one of the few times that you'll see a Chelsea fan actually talking to a fucking Arsenal fucking fan.
Okay, so
Well, we don't have to go into Abramovich right now and see what's hitting him.
Well,
can I ask you a question?
sure.
Do I need to get you guys knives right now? Is it a knife fight? What do you do?
Well, the hooliganism's
Dad,
gone a little
I-
bit, so I think we're okay.
I went to Highbury, the old Arsenal stadium, at the Highbury way back when before you were born. I was at Highbury.
That's true.
So can we just talk about your home country of England
Well,
right
he's
now?
got a fucking tattoo.
I won't take off my shirt, but there.
He's
Yes.
got a tattoo, the Arsenal logo, and I went, where did that come from? Who did it? Where did it come from?
Well,
And did you get permission from the missus to get that thing? Did you get permission?
I didn't. Okay, let me. You know what's a good story about that? You know what's a good story about that? Yes, you know what's a good story about that? Oh my god, that's such a good story. Well, so I started following Arsenal in like 03, 04, 05, and I really dove in. And you know, there's an inflection point where I couldn't. My heart was there so strongly, and it was 2013.
Why was Arsenal?
It's a long. My college years,
Okay.
UC Santa Barbara, and my dorm. One was my best man for my wedding. Another one was my groomsman. One of my groomsmen, he was from El Salvador. He loved Liverpool.
Okay.
And so I really got turned on to the English Premier League around
Yeah.
this 2003 timeline. And I couldn't choose Manchester United. I mean,
No.
I'd say
Everyone else did.
fuck them. And I couldn't choose Liverpool because what's the fun there if I'm going to
Yeah.
choose the same thing as my friend? And I mean, they had
Yeah.
Thierry, they had Bergkamp, they had Pierre.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
it was stacked.
Yeah.
And you're just like, how am I? They're playing the most beautiful football in the world at that point.
Yeah.
So it just was natural. But that's how it started. And then 10 years in, I'm so bought in. I go and get this tattoo.
From where was the tattoo? Where'd you go?
Santa Barbara.
So random. That is
So random. So random.
Was the tattoo artist like, what?
Just your
the
wife
hell
Dude,
is
the
this?
tattoo artist like, what is this? I like brought in this like cannon, and they're like, you want me to just like fill in this cannon on your arm? And I'm like, yeah. And it's to date the only tattoo I have. It's the only one I have.
Yeah.
I don't have another tattoo on my whole entire body. And it's so funny because like,
Has your wife asked you to remove it?
no, thankfully, no.
Okay.
Neil, do they suck today? That team?
No, they're
They're going to win the Premier League. They're going
they
to
are?
win the
They're not gonna win
Champions
the Premier
League.
League. No.
They're doing the double.
They're not going to win the
They're
Premier
doing the
League.
double.
They're not
I'm telling you right now, they're doing the double.
Hold it. Can we put
You're
a
going to
bet?
get relegated down
Well, I
there.
know.
to
I
League
drove here today. There may be a little bet involved.
There
You're
has to be
getting
a bet.
relegated to League
There has-
Two
okay.
after what happened to Everton. Good luck
Listen,
with your financial fair
It's
play.
$100.
$100.
Oh, that's
$100.
easy.
$100
Win
bucks.
the league. You're
Right
win the
now.
league.
Do you want to up it to 3 for the double?
Sure.
What do I
$300
get?
bucks.
You
I'm
going to
shaking.
upset?
Hold it. Can you see that on the camera right now? He's shaking
The double.
right now. That's
The
a
double.
$300
For the double.
bet. $300 bet. See him in his soccer. He's so fired up.
I actually.
By the way, I know
And-
soccer like I know.
You know shit.
Tiddlywinks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know shit.
There was a ex-Pat, he was a Man United fan, who founded a bar in Santa Barbara. It's called the Press Room. And literally I built an entire following there around Arsenal. So
Neil, what team did you play
I will
on?
not be going there for lunch.
Are you a Manchester guy? What are you-
Fuck no, I'm Chelsea
Are you
FC, my bro.
Chelsea?
Fuck Chelsea. There's a great fucking video.
Blue is the color.
Okay, hold it.
Football is a game.
I heard you swept the
You got one
grandstand.
chance. It's called Chelsea.
Right? You were
Yeah.
the grandstand sweeper.
Yeah.
But you ran to the expensive seats.
Because there was money on the ground.
You're
Not
so
stupid.
Chelsea's posh.
Yeah.
Well, and then you would go out and
Stamford
play.
Bridge, which is still Chelsea still play. Yeah.
So you go play a game. and after the
No, that was
game-
on Saturdays and Sundays. Monday went back and trained, but yeah.
But then you go sweep the grandstand, get a few bucks,
Yeah.
and go to the pub.
Yep.
With a few bucks.
Oh yeah.
That's your life.
Back in the day, good old days.
Yeah.
Life's
With
so
Dave
But they
Sexton.
weren't
and-
founded until 2004, so you kind of had to
I'm not
wait
talking to
until
you
then.
anymore.
Hey, listen, we're gonna segue from soccer. And a $300 bet, by the way, folks. I'm gonna bring this back.
$300 bet.
We're gonna
If
find
Arsenal
out.
Double.
does the double.
Yeah, the
If they
double.
don't do the double, he owes me $3.
I'm all
Okay.
for that.
I feel like you're making something that should be in spaceships, possibly.
You know what's funny? We have had NASA reach out to us, so
Okay,
not totally
well, they're
unheard
not
of.
too far off.
Yeah.
Is it hard to do business with a product like this? Is it tough? Do you feel you're in California?
Yeah.
It always comes up.
Yeah.
I feel like you're dealing in a space age business in California. Is that hard?
It's not easy. The biggest thing we have to deal with is there's just so much infrastructure and things that are built outside of California. And it's like, how do we bridge that? How do we bring the technology that is incredibly innovative here in California to the greater United States and do that in a way that's cost effective, scalable, and actually works? And so it's been really hard.
You said that the technology that you're creating in a recyclable foam
Yeah.
can be used in machinery
Yep.
that's already in place.
And that's the game.
Is that machinery in California? Is it on the East Coast? Is it in Mexico?
It's everywhere. It's everywhere.
So this product that can eliminate waste
Yep.
is available everywhere?
It's everywhere. There's ways in which we can tap into different industries more effectively depending where that geography exists. And so we're working on the East Coast, working on the West Coast. We're starting to talk to partners in France, in the UK, and Italy. We're looking at Latin America. I think the biggest thing for us is to understand where can we have the biggest impact? Because that's the game. I mean, that's what we're trying to do here. We're not trying to change little pieces here and there. It's how do we really shift this in a global way that changes this,
How long
this
does it-
idea
how long?
of microplastics and you and me. And
How long
Right.
does it
And
take
our goal
before
slugger.
this turns to dirt?
that one in front of you, probably
Yeah.
less than 30 days.
Less than 30 days?
30 days!
No shit.
You heard that.
I thought what did you think
I
you were going
was
to say?
I was going to
Okay.
say 3 months.
We have
Oh, I was
different,
going to say that
for different applications, we have different
Okay.
formulas and different things, but this one,
So
30 days.
Verve Coffees, did they say that to you?
No,
Can they
we
make-
do that. We do all that testing.
But can they make that call? Can they say to you, I want
Well,
3
don't
months
hold me
and 6
against the
months?
wall right now, but yes.
Okay. But, I mean, so congrats to Verve.
That's
For
why
saying-
we look for these partners that understand where innovation is really going to move the needle. Because at the end of the day, where we really understand what's different is a lot of us understand where recycling doesn't work. A lot of us understand we're just, how do we capture all this? How do we make stuff that dissolves and gets rid of in our natural environment? It's in our soil, it's in our backyards, it's in our oceans, it's in our gutters.
Question.
Exactly.
Because it's just
Yeah.
where it's going to go, and we need to make sure it doesn't last for 500 years.
Right. What's the number that Amazon calls you tomorrow and goes, hey, we want to buy the whole thing. You
Can I guess?
You're putting me, okay.
You can
I'm
take
gonna
off.
guess
Hang on.
500 million.
You can take off. You can
Not
take
far
off.
off.
You can go
Not
live,
far off? Okay.
Not far off.
You can go live next. You can go live next to Emirates Stadium in North London.
Okay, well, this package is becoming a much more attractive. If it was
what's
just
the
the
number?
money,
So,
I'd be like, fuck off. All of a sudden, I have a house next to Emirates. Okay, well,
With a recliner?
you can scale down to 300 and we're good to go. Just give me that house. I'm kidding, but
What's the number?
sort of.
Is there a number?
I won.
What'd you
I
say?
think 500.
Yeah, million. Done.
For me, money. It's more about the trajectory of the partner.
Let me bring
that
you
would
back.
buy
Let me
us
bring you back
at the
to
end
earth.
of the day.
Let me bring you back to earth for just a second. Okay. What's your favorite pizza? Which company? Which local company? And what's your favorite pizza?
Oh, what pizza parlor?
What's your favorite local company? And what's your
You're putting me. I delivered pizzas for
know!
2 years.
We're going back. You're sneaky.
I know.
So we're gonna.
I'm thinking.
All right. I'm not gonna.
I'm going to say one.
I'm gonna stick to. There's a reason this company has become, and I stick to who sticks by me. Upper crust.
Upper crust is good. You know,
Upper crust. Their ranch and their pizza, especially on the west side. Let me tell you right now, there ain't no change in that.
have you had the Big Sur from Pizza My Heart?
I mean, trust me. I live in Live Oak. I live near Pleasure
Here
Point.
we go. We had an interruption here.
I can't do it. We're not turned on. We're doing a live radio show right now. Yeah. Hey, by the way, just she's gonna make it rain.
She's getting married.
Okay, hey, the show's off.
We're done. Get in here.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Were they getting married? What were they doing?
No, he goes, my girlfriend wants a sweatshirt. She'll make it rain. I'm like, what? Okay, show's off. By the way, my wife's watching.
Where were we? Where were we before we were rudely interrupted? Where were we?
I don't even know. What are we talking about?
No clue.
I just want to bring back the fact that you have a product that's going to be recycled. It's going to turn into dirt. And currently, the industry that you are challenging doesn't do that. And I feel like, are you challenging a mob? Are we dealing with like a cartel in current styrofoam?
In a way, yes.
And is that the biggest challenge to get over it? Is
It used to be. This mob, in my opinion, is very aware of where this tide is shifting. And I think that's where startups, technology, call it what you want, timing is so critical. We were at the early days when I started this, potentially at the cusp of being too early. We are on the nexus. There is a momentum of wave. You look at brands, the brands that we're working with, Whirlpool, Sony invested us. You're not talking about small pop.
I mean,
maybe it's full on.
Toyota, Honda, or whoever else is
full
involved.
on.
Right.
And it's like you match that with legislation, you match that with regulation, you match that with consumers are well aware where shit isn't working. Like the recycling industry, so many people understand. It's not going to get fixed on just cleaning up. We have to understand how we start to really shift this from the beginning. And I think we're at a point now. It's happening. It's exciting.
I want to step into. Can we put flowers in these too?
Oh yeah.
So the styrofoam that is recyclable with this.
There's some of the worst stuff that goes in the florist.
Well, I feel like we could put flower seeds in this foam.
Go Slugger!
Can we do that?
Slugger!
Is there so? If like
that's the beginning.
Well, I just feel like if what's his name, Bezos, if he's watching,
Obviously he is.
He is for sure.
No, naturally.
Musk, you're watching. So what I'm saying is, if the foam can have seeds in it, and if you could tell your customers, just bury this, and flowers are going to come out. Could that not be one of the most insane marketing opportunities on the planet?
It could. And you know what's interesting is we've actually talked to florists because one of the things that a lot of people don't realize, you talk about these huge
bouquets.
The guy
that you know what they put in it? They stick all those flowers in foam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You don't even realize where foam is used. It is crazy.
So they buy a bouquet.
It's
because
crazy.
they don't want to get, and then they wilt and die. But you could actually put the foam in the dirt and more flowers grow.
The guy that said hi to me tonight here, when we were talking, he owns a flower farm.
Really?
Yeah. Jen's, right here. In Watsonville, he's got God knows how many acres.
That's an amazing opportunity.
But
you know what? The thing is, the sky's the limit. Where do you start? So where are you starting right now? Well, who are your, who said, for me, we talked about this. When I had to go into an industry that nobody accepted,
Yeah.
Ward Coffee in Santa Cruz accepted me. Ward, thank you, with the FCS fin system. I was the first person to do it. We talked about it earlier. You're one of the first to do this. Obviously, Verve accepted you. Congrats to Verve.
Yes.
But I think, TC, if he was second, third, or fourth, or fifth, he'd be bored.
No, but
you know that you're first. I think that just still lights your fire every day you get up.
it's interesting the way you say this because like where we start and where we're going and who's like really anchoring this. It's so hard not to look at the beginning. We look at Ward Coffee, the way you mentioned him.
Well, in surf.
And surf,
Right,
and the way
exactly.
we built this, because like a lot of the technology around the ethos around the mission and the vision of this company is built around ocean. It's built around surf. It's built around this idea of being connected to a medium that is indescribable in a lot of ways. And where we built our material focus was around surfboards. And it's funny because, you know, we've grown beyond that in a way where we want to have higher impact in areas where surf is not the issue. You know, definitely we can make surfboards better. We can do things better. But they were more of a framework of a material approach to understanding how do we change this trajectory. And riding around on a piece of trash is such a weird idea, but it allowed us to understand where we were going to really change this fucking shitty path we're on. And it starts with packaging, but honestly, we've been talking about this. I think I look at construction, I look at automotive, I look at marine, I look at cushioning. There are so many ways in which what we're building right now, it's a precipice moment.
You can look at everything.
There is application, and then there's paradigm shift.
Yeah.
And I think what we want to understand is there's clearly going to be key applications that build our ethos as a company. Surf is definitely one of them. But when we look at how do we change the way in which we view the materials we interact with, be it a sock, be it a surfboard, be it a flip-flop, be it, you know, this heating unit up here. I mean, like, it is such a significant moment in time. And because we have buy-in from people at such a fundamental level that never happened before. People understand.
Can I ask you when this started for you? You began this. When did you realize that was going to be?
That's a very interesting question. That's a loaded question.
Like what the
There's-
change?
First off,
the
how
change,
old were you?
Like the change in time. The change in time is now. When was that moment? When was that?
It was 2006. I entered UCSB as a chemical engineer, and I thought I'd be a petroleum engineer. I thought I'd go.
You were surfing
literally.
You were surfing Raglan.
I was surfing. Well, yes, but I was also in Devereaux. I was
Sands.
surfing. Yes, thank you.
Your spot.
Sands was my fucking spot. I
Greasy
fucking
leashes
love
and
Sands.
Stained grip.
I would just fucking get closed out
Oil
barrels
stains.
all day long at fucking Sands. God damn, dude. And that's where I learned how to surf, honestly. And I look back at that period and I got exposed to the energy around what ocean was. I've always grown up around the ocean. I've always been connected to it, but it allowed me to transcend it to a point where it gave me purpose to who I was. And where that really switched on was my junior year, because I came into UC Santa Barbara as a chemical engineer and wanted to be a petroleum engineer. And then my mother, who is the linchpin of my family, had a stroke. And it just, you just shift everything that fucking happens in your life. And I've been on the beach, literally living on the beach at this point. That became my refuge in a way that was unprecedented.
For sure.
And it just shifted everything that was important. And all of a sudden I realized that what I thought I wanted meant nothing. And then where I was going was monumental for what was coming next. And that's where I graduated in 08. And good Lord, anybody that graduated in college just can commiserate with me. But I stuck to the laurels. And I mean, see what I've done and what we've been able to do, and Toby and Marco and our team at Cruz Foam. It's, God, I'm fucking so lucky.
It's a crazy story, Neil. Cruz Foam. A lot of people don't know what we're talking about, but it's really the future. Like what you just described about the packaging. I was like, man.
Well, Toby said it. He said it himself. He said it more than once. He didn't. He said it like 3 or 4 times. We're here to change. We're going to change the world.
And it's about understanding that supply chain. And it's so weird because on the surface of it, everybody deals with it every day. In COVID, I hate to say it, the one downside but benefit is it brought it to the forefront of everybody.
Right.
All of a sudden, you're getting all this waste, all this material, all this packaging. You're like, what is this? What is this shit?
Right.
And you're like,
Can I segue really quick?
Yeah.
I just want to say, Neil, I watch a lot of YouTube.
Right.
I love, there's these Aussie explorers that go to these weird reefs and atolls and they fish and they camp on them. Their beaches, no one lives on these atolls. No one lives on these sandbars.
Yeah.
No one lives on these reefs.
I know exactly.
They are littered with trash. I mean, ungodly amounts of styrofoam and plastic. And
it's
we
not
are
going in
gonna,
the right direction.
We're going to choke on it.
You see,
We are going to die. Right. And nobody cares because no one cares about future generations in our lives right now. Period.
You're not wrong.
No one who matters, no one who's going to make decisions
Right.
cares about their grandchildren.
Nope.
Period.
Yep.
Unfortunately, folks, that's the truth. And anybody, and I would please, I hope you agree, anybody that wants to change that, at least give them a chance, you know? Because if you own a business and you can save one of these atolls from being littered with plastics and foam, why wouldn't you do it?
It's a huge effort.
I just want to say, it's affordable, right?
Oh, man, it's incredibly affordable.
Yeah,
and
it doesn't cost any more money,
No.
right?
What does this cost?
It doesn't matter. It's the same price.
Yeah.
It's when you look at what you're trying to ship, when you look at the products, it's the exact same price. And that's really what this is about. And it's, to your point, what we really want to understand is it's not just about, like, how do we clean up the waste? How do we fucking address all this crap at the front end? You have all these geographies, all these socioeconomic issues, and it's like, how do we really shift this in a way where it addresses that circular, real problem? And it's not just looking at...
Is there one sip left?
Well, it was what we could get out of the bottle. I mean, let's be honest.
Down the hatch.
Fair enough.
You know, I want to give Verve props. Were they one of the few...
Verve was the first.
That's Rich's company, right?
Well, Rich is involved, but I mean, you know, I met Ryan across the street, like when they first started the company, and they coffee nerds. They had a dream. You had a dream, right?
It starts somewhere, and it's so funny because we talk about surf, we talk about packaging, we talk about all these things. It's like we want to shift and really have something that's world changing, really going to change it. But then we look at where we started, and we're surf, and we have some really exciting stuff, fucking surf shit happening. And it's so funny how you build something and you think it is what it is, it evolves, and then it always comes back to being something pure.
Should we have you on the show like once a week because it's just evolving so fast?
It's crazy how fast that.
Fast?
We'll be back in Q1 next year, and all of a sudden you'll be like,
What?
I can't say exactly what's going to happen, but you're going to hear about it,
Right.
and it's going to be a whole other fucking world.
Yeah.
You know,
It's
Well,
exciting.
we hope you come back here and tell us. the story.
we want more, but what I just want to reiterate is we had this conversation tonight,
Yeah.
and it was like we're just talking about
Shit.
our normal stuff.
We'll go Schlager too.
But you have in Grolsch, but you do have gigantic corporations behind your business model. Gigantic visionaries.
And sponsors too.
Well, I just want to say, like, I don't want to underestimate what you saw tonight, folks, because what you are creating can really create change and make our planet.
You're spot on. I don't want to undersell it because when I look at what we've done, you look at who's behind us. You're on it.
Mm-hmm.
Whirlpool, Sony. We have Leonardo DiCaprio.
Give me a break.
As one
Ashton
of our-
Are you fucking kidding
we
me?
have Ashton
Are
Kutcher.
you giving me a break?
Like, I can't even name some of the customers and companies we're working with. We're part of an LVMH. I mean, you're talking about Tiffany, Dior, these types of companies. It's crazy. It's crazy. Sometimes we look at the inbound people that are reaching out to us and we're saying, we're in Santa Cruz and we're making foam. I don't want to say for fun because it's way bigger than that, but it also, you step back and you're just like, what the hell is going on here?
What has been or what was the most holy shit moment?
Probably we locked in the deal with Atlantic Packaging.
With who?
Atlantic Packaging.
Yeah.
They're one of our bigger partners. And it was end of last year. We had the opportunity to go to Hawaii and hang out in North Shore. And I can't go into all the details because we were able to launch the partnership at Kelly Slater's house on the North Shore.
No biggie.
And just have a couple of fun people part of that.
Yeah.
And I look back at that.
Were you
and I'm
drinking
just
schnapps at the time?
no, oh, shit. If I had Goldschlag, that'd been a different story. I won't tell you what Toby was on, but that's a whole nother conversation.
Yeah, we're done with that.
He was well
Toby-
beyond schnapps at that
Toby,
point,
we
but
love
let
you.
me tell you,
We're gonna get Toby back on
Yeah,
here.
Toby's coming back.
me and Toby on this. You guys are gonna lose fucking control.
We're just going back across the street. You do your own fucking show.
I just want
we
to
done?
say, I want to say congrats
I appreciate that.
for trying to make change. Because if you don't try, then don't fucking complain. You know, and that's how I feel life should be. You know,
And I resonate with that, and I also feel like the biggest thing people don't understand about starting the company and starting it early is it's about the people around you. It's so critical to
Your
get the
team.
right people around you. Meeting Toby early on, meeting Marco, my co-founder, meeting people in Santa Cruz. I mean, we literally came out of the UC into the environment that is Santa Cruz, and just meeting people like, you know, Doug, Santa Cruz Works, and just
Right.
you just there's an energy you have to buy into. And if you're not willing to commit,
can we unveil a surfboard on the show? Will there be a surfboard?
there will be.
I mean, I would.
You come back next year.
Yeah,
I can't tell you the partner right
Okay,
now.
right.
But I can tell you right now we have an extremely exciting surfer. We have an extremely, I don't want to say the top brand in surfboard manufacturing, but
So there's some shit you're working
top
on.
3, let's say.
You hear that?
It's happening.
So that's
Get
going to
ready
be
for it.
show number 921. We're going to blow that up. We'll
Fucking
bring some
love it.
girls, some
Dude.
VIP guests.
We killed it.
We killed that thing. Thank you.
Neil, you know what? I feel like our community is amazing.
Yep.
We
You
have.
never know who you're gonna talk to.
You never
No.
know.
No clue.
Santa Cruz is turned into this melting pot of the world.
Yep.
And if there's going to be a change, there's a great chance it can come from here.
We've already seen it. That's what's fucking exciting. The energy's here. It's happening.
Yeah. It's amazing. It's
It's
amazing.
all about timing now, baby.
Yeah.
Can I give Autumn Hayes a shout right now?
Yeah, she won the cold water
I
classic.
mean, Autumn, I'm so proud of you. She was on the show when she won her first. She won her first big. We got her. Well, for sure, she's coming back, and she's going to be a teacher. She's unbelievable. And
awesome.
since 2008,
Yeah.
we have not had a cold water champ.
Amazing.
So,
Well done,
Autumn,
Autumn.
congrats. I want to give a shout out to Omar, to Adam Rapogel, to Flea. They all announced the contest.
They
They
did a good
killed
job.
it.
Yeah.
Pete Mel, great job as always, of
Hell
course.
yeah.
But we brought we brought in the kelp on the reef
That's right.
to announce the contest, and I
Gotta
saw
bring in that
Pat.
flavor.
I know I saw Pato on Sunday night, and he was awesome too. So congrats.
Speaking of kelp on the reef,
Yes.
next week's guest,
Okay, I'm
Oh,
ready.
shit.
Mr. Oh yeah, he's unbelievably, Mr. Dave Ebert.
Oh, the shark.
Who the fuck is Dave
Fucking
Ebert?
shit.
Dave Ebert knows more about sharks than anybody else on the planet.
planet.
He went down to South Africa. He discovered more sharks.
What is he named? Like 50
knows?
sharks? We'll find out next week.
that's-
He's literally his
Dave
name.
Ebert, who
Yeah.
was a part of this Discovery Channel and Shark Week,
Yes.
returning to the show. He
I
goes,
see-
Neil, I got shit to tell you.
And I got new questions. I do have new questions.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
first off, he totally snafu'd the sea snake wetsuit.
Snafu that.
Yeah.
And snafu the fact that the people think that the kelp bed out here is a protection to protect the surface from the sharks.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-uh.
And snafu'd the bracelet.
Yeah, you got a bracelet.
Next week on the show, folks.
Oh, shit.
The biggest show of the year, Shark Week, on the Off
This is
Lip Radio
dangerous.
Show. For sure. Yes.
John Phillips, thanks for coming on the show
John,
tonight.
thank you so much.
Thank you for bringing the.
Cheers.
Cruise phone.
Thank you.
We go
for bringing
Slugger on the
Coach
cruise phone.
Slugger.
Verb, we
Slugger.
love you.
We go Verb. We
Hey,
love you.
And honestly, Neil, I just want to say, anything that can be recycled, repurposed, and can turn into dirt
Yeah.
is a win for humanity.
Absolutely.
Fucking
John,
done.
thank
But
you
we got
so
much
much.
for socks.
Yeah, you got
All
socks
right.
too.
Merch first.
Woo, woo, woo.
Yeah, there, right there.
Good night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. T Fox. Good night.